Okay, Karen asked, uh-oh, my screen went blank. Well, anyways, Karen, the gist of your question, I had it here, but my computer, here we go. Where do you buy slash build cheap or cheaper bee boxes, perhaps a how-to? I, I am not a carpenter whatsoever. You would not want me to try to even look or explain a how-to of how to build bee boxes. If you're carpentry inclined, there is some great resources. You can just Google, bee boxes or assembling how to build bee boxes. There's dozens, if not hundreds, of sites that can give you advice on that. Locally here, we're really fortunate to have a couple of options. Beeline Woodenware and Apiary here in Rochester, and also Woods Bee Supply in Centralia. If you're not adverse to traveling, we also buy from Bennett Apiaries, which is in Redmond, California. They're very good as well, very cheap. I got an email from a gentleman asking me about syrup, and Jason, I'm not sure if you're going to watch this or not, but he was kind of saying the same thing. He says, I'm getting tired of mixing syrup all the time. Where do you buy your syrup from? And currently, I go through Mann Lake and arrange pickup. I do the pickup myself up in Seattle at the Cargill Sweetener Terminal. And the whole thing is that, on a hobbyist level, by all means, take ownership. There was another one of my mentors who used to pick up old pallets and rip them down and make frames from scratch with them. He loved it. He kept about 50 hives. He loved doing that. For me, I'm not carpentry inclined, and I also didn't see that worth my time, especially as you build. And so kind of the same thing with bee boxes. Shop around, see whether it makes sense for you to spend your time building them. A perfect example is this syrup. So let me do some calculations here. I think it ended up being, let's see, 39 times 25, 970. So it took me probably about 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. Actually, probably longer than that. Probably took me actually 4 or 5. I'm thinking. So yeah, I could buy a 2,500-pound sack of sugar, white sugar, and mix my syrup versus going and buying my syrup pre-made. But I ended up calculating that I was saving myself around $250 for 5 to 6 hours of labor. And for me as a business owner, that just is not, it's not worth it for me personally, with the way I model my business, to spend $250 of my time to to save $250. It's a lot cheaper for me to spend the extra $250, get pre-made syrup, than to spend a bunch of time making it myself to save me the $250. So just kind of a simple economic breakdown. Same thing I'd recommend with the boxes, but you can always Google YouTube as well, and there you can find all sorts of videos on that. So anyway, thank you so much, Karen, for the question, and hope that helped.